to my channel. This is Luminescent here. I'm here for a reading with the Aquarius moon cycle during this Libra phase. Of course, Aquarius and Libra are both air signs, so this is going to be a sextile at 4 degrees Libra and 4 degrees Aquarius. Not sextile. It's a trine. The air trine, of course. So it's going to be a day that we can pick up and receive a lot of information from others very easily, and a lot of information will be getting passed around. With this Aquarius moon, shout out to anybody with an Aquarius moon like I. Moon in return. This moon is gonna trine the sun. It will sextile with Chiron and Mars. It will also make a opposition with Venus, trine the North Node, and also trine at the end of its transit the Mercury, shifting into Scorpio. So, well, that being said, and it will square Uranus and Taurus as well. So, what it looks like to me, September 26th is kind of like a yad, focusing on Pluto and Scorpio with the Venus and the North Node. Since they're sextiling right now, Venus in Leo and the North Node in Gemini. So we definitely have a major transformation that's coming along with us, and it has to do with the moon being Aquarius. I think it's something taking place that's meant to kind of emotionally shake up the world, pretty much, in a way that, although it's uniting us and it's bringing people closer together, we're starting to accept and establish better values between each other. It's only being done because of a catastrophic event or a major transformation that's being taken place. With the moon definitely opposing Venus, this is a time where we can definitely share our values from the heart with others, and we get to have a better understanding during this time of why people have certain values that they do. And with Libra, Aquarius is hold on, let me go forward instead of backward. Yeah, it's 5th house. Yeah, Aquarius is 5th house to Libra, 1st house. So this moon will have some type of creativity being supported by a universal or a collective communication about different values. And I definitely see that's what the first thing I was thinking when I seen that card there. This is Aquarian energy here, and I got another 5 over here as well. So just diving into the reading, at the bottom of the deck, this card wanted to come out, but I was straight with the 3, so I just added it here and flipped over the 9 of Swords. So like I was saying, there is going to be some type of event that may have happened or is going to happen that has everyone needing to speak or talk to gain some type of awareness or some type of unification going on here. We got the Queen of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Swords. Clarifying the Queen of Cups is the Emperor and the 5 of Swords. So the 5 of Swords actually clarifying this Emperor here. Major Arcana, of course. We have one more major right here with the 7. But the Queen of Cups is someone who definitely connected to their psychic ability, Cancerian energy, moon energy. They're able to initiate new ways of feeling and reflecting the emotions that are going around. I feel like the emotions that are being stirred up here are indifference, anger, aggression, um, resulting from pain, and everyone having a different perspective on what that actually is. Like I was saying, this is Aquarian energy, so with that sextile with Mars in Aquarius, we definitely could all be sharing or taking a drink, rather, from the Queen of Cups, her gauntlet, because it's like everybody has a similar feeling. They just have a different perspective on where they stand with it, you know, and maintaining that cup, and not wanting to throw it at somebody, or not wanting to just walk away from it, or even thinking about holding on to it. It's like there's so many different emotions that's going on right now that's being spiraled. We want to keep things under control, within ourselves as much as possible, not letting someone else, have control over how you feel about yourself and your environment. We definitely want to seek more self-awareness during this time, with all the different changes going on. This is Saturn and Taurus. Like I was saying about the opposition of Venus, being able to have an easier time with sharing values or seeing other people's values, and how it kind of makes you feel. That moon right here, it can be a mystery to some. Like you might be finding out the things that other people value, or how their status was being created in the first place, and it may cause you to question whether or not you guys are compatible as far as creating a community goes. With the major transformation taking place in the world, there can definitely be a shuffle around during Libra season where you thought you were compatible, friendship, business, romantic, whatever, platonic, even family wise, where you guys felt like you were a close knit team, and then things happen, and now you start to see that you guys have different views that you didn't know that were there before, that they really stand firm on, or even you stand firm on, and it kind of alters the way that you look at situations with that person or a group of people from now on, and they can even feel or see you in that type of light. It's always vice versa. Duality is everywhere, which automatically brings in the four. So people can definitely be standing firm on their, beliefs, political and whatnot, that they feel are necessary to sustaining what type of status they want to create in the world. And that might cause conflict. So here we have the Four of Swords. This is about, seeking peace, meditation, getting away. This is Jupiter and Libra. Definitely expanding on bringing balance to yourself in the situation or partnerships that are around you. Here we have the Princess of Swords, which is like the Page of Swords in this deck, along with the Five of Pentacles. So there may be an opportunity or offer, or you might even be forced into a situation rather with this Capricorn. This is about a power. To me, this is like a huge power play with this Cap energy, where even in your time of meditation, or even when you're trying to be alone with yourself and your own thoughts, you may be offered a look into the scarcity or lack mentality of others, or you may want to get away from people who invite you into conversations where they're, kind of sinister or cynical, and you feel kind of left out. So you need to take time out away from social media and things like that to kind of, disconnect for a moment from what's going on in the world, so you can get back in touch with yourself. Aquarius moon, definitely speaking from experience, we have the ability to not only be unbiased emotionally when, looking at situations for what it was, how we think about things. We could be very unbiased and just take a look at all angles. What that Five of Swords can be representing. Whenever conflict comes up, we can definitely see things from a lot of different angles before jumping to a certain conclusion. But with that trine over to Libra here, Libra, it can be very, easy for us to, you know, maybe judge. I want to say judge, you know, with the Libra sun being here, but it can be very easy for us to find balance in our solitude as we are being reflected that energy back to us, that's telling us, you know, with that square to Uranus, that, you know, we didn't expect things to go in certain ways with people that we thought, and that could be for the good, you know, the higher vibration or the lower vibration, but either way it can be used to your advantage to know who and what to separate yourself from, that could bring you into a reality that you really don't want to be a part of. Or people could actually be exiling you based off of things that were said either in haste or just matter of fact. You could be exiled, or, you know, put in a situation where you will need others, or you need support because you were true to yourself, or you decided to, you know, allow the situation to play out exactly the way it needed to in order to have a sense of balance within your own mind and not feel, you know, this way anymore, like trying to get over this by allowing yourself to maintain your own emotions and not let other people control you by the way that they're thinking, because it conflicts with how you truly feel. You know, allowing yourself to actually take the time out to see through the mysteries of, you know, what are you actually nurturing, what are you actually taking care of, how are you actually taking care of yourself during all this time. And, you know, solitude is nothing wrong with that. Maybe we may need help or support, but the first support we should always look towards ourselves. So this moon, it feels like a lot could be definitely going on. Yeah, we got life purpose here. So there's definitely something, yeah, new beginnings and opportunities. There's definitely something going on in the air here with this yacht pointing towards Pluto retrograde. And Pluto is in Capricorn too at 22 degrees. So with it being in conjunction to Venus, we can definitely be irritated by the surmountable changes that have been, I should say, affecting us all year. And, you know, it's really time, especially with the Aquarian energy, but fixing to heat up the end of the year, is very much time to be more focused on your own life purpose and accepting others' opinions as they are. Just because somebody think differently than you, it doesn't mean that that's the way that you should live your life. Everybody has a right to choose, you know, what new beginnings and new opportunities they are due to pursue on their own. And that will bring you into, of course, a new, different tribe of people that, you know, maybe in the past you kind of shunned or you didn't think was the brightest bulb in the box. But now you're starting to see that, you know, you're not as alone in the world as you may have believed you are, you know. And there's nothing wrong with people, you know, switching up and finding another, you know, way of expressing themselves. Like, everyone should always be willing and ready to evolve, and the best way to go about that here is to stand your ground, staying true to yourself, even if your ideas or your beliefs or what you know, rather, because the moon is in Aquarius, so things that you know to be true for you may not be true for others, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that there's instant conflict or there's an instant argument. It just means that, you know, you get to sit back and assess the situation for what it is and move on to something else. All right. So while we're moving on to new world views within ourselves, Aquarius is a fixed energy, so we can definitely allow ourselves to be fixated with our life purpose and creating, you know, a new beginning, new opportunities with, you know, new friends, new relationships. It's definitely the time of year for that, you know, not focusing on cuffing season, but, you know, it is that time of year. So make sure you are judging people around you, or judging your environment, situation, and circumstances with a clear view of who you are and what it is that you want out of life first. Once you're sure about who you are, you can understand the directions that you are meant to go in. Okay. And that's all for this moon transit. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And have a good one. Peace.